Hello everybody, what is going on? So, hello, and happy Saturday. I'm like really sorry, I have my air on in the background and it's super loud, so I apologize. This is G Fuel. Not sponsored. I had to have a little hype sauce to my day. Look, I hope everything's not muted. Like, I feel like if I didn't mute everything, life is gonna be good today. And this is a royalty-free workout music, so hopefully, like, it's good. How is this camera? So, I just want to say, I'm gonna turn this down for one thing. I just want to say I'm sorry that I didn't go live yesterday. I've been battling a wicked headache, and it's been a struggle, but after 2 large iced caramel lattes from Dunkin', I think I'm on the mend. Also, I had to have a little Advil, and I had to do something else today. Like, I'm gonna tell you how stupid this is, but I gotta take a drink of this. So I did the dumbest thing. For many of you who know me, I have asthma, and I've had to like switch medications multiple times, and like this time of year is like usually really bad for me. And I have like this daily like powder inhaler that I have to take, and I had like 2. What's up, Peg? How are you, Levy? Welcome to the Culture of Gaming. We have like, I put like a kind of a fullish agenda. Like, I was just on a roll. There were like a bunch of different things that I wanted to just kind of like share with everybody. People, places, things, like stuff that like, I don't know, maybe it just, there's so much that goes on in the creator and gaming space that I think like it's hard to keep up. So for my own education, I was doing a lot of research, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm sure there's other people that are going through this too. So that's why, like, I am trying to go forward with more intent as I do these lives. And, you know, initially my big goal was to have people on like every other week. Mongo, what's up, homie? So thank you. You know what, you guys, I like tried to like do my makeup and hair today, because I was like, something that has become reality for me. I know I keep jumping topics, but okay, let me go back real quick. So, you know, as I start to like research and learn more about people in like the gaming space and the streaming space and the content creation space, I'm just like, there's a lot to catch up with. And I feel like I just want to share it with everybody, and share with you what I've learned, and hopefully it helps in some kind of way. That's really my goal. And so what I tried to do is like, I call it an agenda. That's so business-like of me, right? I like wanted to like, and you know, here's the great thing about this is like, initially, like I was starting to say before I went down a rabbit hole, my intent was to have like guests on all the time. And like in my brain, I was like, it's exhausting. And that's why I was only committing to like every other week, because like, you know, what I learned from my previous life doing other things is like, you know, having a weekly thing right now is not something that I can commit to. And I don't want to like get people's hopes up and, you know, have them, you know, not happy. So I'm doing what I can do in my time that feels comfortable. And so I can give you my full authentic self every time I come online. So what I really tried to do is like, try to like take all this jumbled information, because, you know, I get scattered sometimes and I very easily can like lose myself. So I had to like, I made what I called a topic train, and I like kind of, that's the name, like, I thought I was like so authentic, but like really, like that's something that on the Elvis Duran show, they have something called the topic train. And I kept trying to Google like different, sorry, I got this stupid chair. I kept trying to like Google, okay, what are like different names for train? What are different names for topics? Like I was really trying to, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna like recreate the wheel here. It's not trademarked. It's like, I wanted to keep a listing of certain topics and tried to chunk them into 3 groups to like make it more palatable. And you know, it's still a little wonky, and I'm trying to just keep evolving this space I keep using that word. I wanted to like evolve this thing that I've created And, you know, as I learn, I'm going to probably switch things up. So who knows, what I'm doing today may not be something I do 2 weeks from now, but I'm just like trying to like, you know, keep it real, keep it like something that I can continue to do long term. So, so my inhaler story, I freaking, am on a daily inhaler, and, I was like puffing away, and like, you know, it's been really bad, the weather for me. And I was like, oh my God, like I started developing like a really bad cough, and I'm like, am I getting like sick? Like usually this time of year, like that's normal for me. And I'm like, oh my God. So, I realized as I was cleaning, which I very rarely do, by the way, find my groove. I know, you're right. I am going to try to find my groove. It's not a race for me. I'm just kind of like going at my own pace, right? So also sorry if I'm like coughing a lot. I'm still trying to like, I just finally got my inhaler. So when I was cleaning, I accidentally threw away my inhaler, which was like so stupid. And I looked at it and I was like, this thing has been on 0 in the red for like 3 fucking weeks. And I was like, what? I didn't like look down and recognize it. I just had it in my little cabinet, which I like usually keep it. And I didn't even think to look at like how many puffs I had left until I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, oh my God, I threw away like a $50 inhaler that only had like 2 puffs taken out of it. So I had to get like a new prescription. But anyway, so I finally got it today. Had my 1 puff of the day. So it's going to take me a little while to get back. Whatever, it happens. But yeah, also, yeah, like I wanted to like, so something that I've realized, and I realize this is not like culture of gaming stuff, but like I want to do like a little cozy intro kind of thing, just to like let you know what's going on in my life and whatever. I've recognized, like I was joking around with my friend Ryan, and I said to him, you know, we were joking around and I was like, yeah, I got to take my monthly shower. And he's like, excuse me, Deborah, like, are you not taking a shower? And I was like, well, yeah, I am, but like, you know, I work from home all the time, so I'm not like stressed to have to like, you know, be ready and look good all the time. Like I can literally like roll out of bed and log online and I don't have to worry about it for work anymore. And I was like, you know, maybe I should really start getting into better habits and better self-care, which ironically, everybody, it is self-care September, among many other things that we're going to talk about later, but it's self-care September. So if you can like do like the smallest little thing to like take care of yourself, just make one little baby change to like make yourself feel better. Like, so today, this is what I did. I was like, I am going to take my time. I'm going to prepare early. I'm going to, you know, like I've been feeling kind of low, and the only way I could like think to bring myself up again, housekeeping problems, you be kind to yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to be kind to myself. You've been working on this for, you know what? There's something in the air, Mongo and Peg. Like there's something in the air right now. And so like, if this is like the littlest thing I can do to make myself feel better, instead of kicking myself while I'm down, which is like, I think we're all so good for that. A lot of times it's taken years for me to have a better relationship with myself. And so here I am. I tried to do a little hair and makeup, and I was like, you know what? I feel kind of good. I feel kind of good. Like my life might be chaotic. There's a lot of things going on that are very chaotic. I could either like, you know, sit like a lump and like feel sorry for myself and just like, you know, not be happy, or I can like find little nuggets of happiness. So that is like my thing. Self-care September. Self-care September. So there we go. Sorry, my phone is going off. All right, so so there's a lot of things going on in like the creator-verse. And also before I jump into that, so Peg, I like that you said be kind to yourself, because that's really super important. That's like the number one super important thing that you can do to take better care of yourself. It's super important. And Mongo, like, so Mongo, what's like one thing that you've done to take better care of yourself, or to, you know, make yourself feel better? I love those little like emojis. You know, it's really funny. I actually got this little thing before VCon. Oh yeah, by the way, also I have like a white bra on, so just ignore that. You can see a white strap, by the way. I got this for VCon and I never wore it. So while we're waiting for Mongo to like share his life with us, let's jump into a few things. So it's been really active. So part of what I've done since I've kind of like taken a step back from like the NFT, so Mongo says that he's been taking time in the mornings to just sit and meditate a little and do some stretching. That's amazing. That is amazing. I love that. I've often thought like maybe I should take like a yoga or a meditation. Sometimes I like log on to the Twitter spaces if I can, because I know Lisa Marzilli, like the most lovely human ever, which you two I know already know. She hosts a nice little space. But you know, there are some things that have, I don't want to say traumatized me in the NFT space, but things that make me feel icky sometimes in the NFT space. So like I just have to like back out of things a lot of times. It doesn't mean I don't love everybody. I just, you know, gotta do me sometimes. Gotta get my shit together in my brain. Little sanitizer. And also this is eucalyptus tea, and it smells so good. I'm like a little bit of a germaphobe. Kudos to you, Mongo. So also, you guys, I just want to let you know, I do have a POAP ready. I just haven't submitted it yet. I've been like, I took self-care for myself, but I also like let that slip through the cracks. But there is going to be a POAP. And while it will not get to you today, I will make sure that I distribute it to everybody at least by Monday. And before we jump into everything, I want to let you know, this is something I was going to say for later, but I want to tell you guys, Monday is National Video Games Day. So if you recall, July 8th was National Video Game Day, without the S. It's National Video Games Day's cousin, apparently, from everything that I researched. It's basically the same thing, but I'm going to try to make it like a little extra fun for Monday. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go live on Monday for a little bit, and I'm going to open community gameplay. So if anybody wants to play some games, I'm probably going to play like a little Overwatch or World of Warcraft or Apex Legends. I'm going to have like an open lobby. So if there's anybody that wants to join, feel free. So yeah. So Mongo, you've noticed that you've been getting wrapped up in all the craziness of life and needed to take time for you. You know what? That is like, I feel like the awareness part is like the biggest part, because a lot of times we go through the motions. We go through the motions and kind of like don't stop and think about it. And I almost feel like we have to go through that so that we can like stop and like redirect ourselves. Yes, I was on about that with Pam and Peg. Are you guys doing your show, by the way? I was actually thinking, are you guys still doing your show on Wednesdays? I know it's been like crazy, like everyone's, you know, summer's nuts and like everyone has so many things going on. Wow, all of this stuff is like settling to the bottom. I gotta keep shaking it, so I'm really sorry if it's like a distracting sound. Also, can I tell you guys one thing that I'm kind of like bummed about? I haven't been like, I usually like every 5 weeks I get my roots done to hide my grays. And I have not gotten my hair done for like a month. So the grays are like coming in, but whatever. It's expensive. It's really fucking expensive. And I keep having nightmares that my hairdresser's mad at me. So if you're seeing this, Christine, I'm sorry. I love you. It's just to let you know. I just gotta let it go. All right. So I want to take you guys, I don't know if you guys saw the little schedule. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. So some of the stuff I wanted to talk about tonight, I'm just going to, by the way, is the music too loud and distracting? The only week we didn't was 8:30 when we were on with you for Regina's finale. Yeah. Well, I have to get better at like showing up to things. I've been kind of bad about it. Is the music too loud though? Canva is saving my design, yeah. All right. So, there's a few things that I want to fucking, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Been there, yeah. So, so first I want to go over good human gamers and content creators, because I think a lot of times, sorry, I'm moving my little thingamajiggy over, so I'm going to be looking to the right if I address you, and I apologize. Good gravy. Come on, would you? I struggle, man. The struggle bus like pulled into the station like hardcore for me like the past couple days, and I'm just like, can I catch a break, please? Thanks. Anyway. Manga, I like that thumbs up. Why does it look like the Brawny Man? Looks like the fucking Brawny Man has come by to say hello. I'm here for it. I'm truly here for it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to share with you guys, there's a few things. First, I don't know if you've heard of Mr. Beast. I think if you, hold on one second. Da-da-da-da-da. Can I please? Okay, so, sorry, my camera, I didn't move it over, but anyways, so if you can see my screen, so the first person I want to talk about is Mr. Beast. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, he is a very popular YouTuber. He's got millions and millions of subscribers. I think Gary V actually, I think he was supposed to be part of VCon for anybody that is here from the Gary V Friends community. I think he was supposed to be part of VCon, and I don't think it happened. But he's a wonderful human, and in fact, the only reason I started getting into him was my daughter. And I'll tell you, like, I'm so grateful to have a kid that's like so involved and like so like in touch with like the socials and like all the culture, because like I learn a lot from her, and I learn new things and about new people because of her. You're up on the culture. Damn right you are, baby. Peg, I love you. So Mr. Beast started as a YouTuber, started having sponsorships, making tons of money. And part of what he used to do, so a lot of people know him as like this dude that just like, you know, does pranks, you know, big, expensive, over the top pranks with his friends, not pranks, but like games and like all these like crazy things that they do. But I don't think what people know now, and I think people may know that he used to visit like random people's streams, and he would like kind of play some trivia with them or whatever. And then he'd end up giving them like thousands of dollars and just donating it to them. So he's a guy that like came into a lot of money. He's only like 24 or 25. He's very young still, and bought his mom a house. He's really big on, you know, I've got all of this. I'm like, I've got all this money and all these things. Like, how can I use my popularity and all this money that I've come into for something good? So, that's what he did. He would like give it to people. He would like, you know, go do goofy things in like stores and like ask people a question. I think like recently he did like a YouTube video where he was asking people, hey, would you want $1,000 or would you want to give it to somebody else? And so a couple people were like, man, I need that money for myself, right? So two people were like, yeah, I want it for myself. So they, you know, he'd give them the money and be on their way, right? You didn't know he was supposed to be. Yeah, I feel like he was on the list. Maybe he wasn't, and I kept manifesting it. He's a really good guy. But during like this video, he ran into people that were like, yeah, like I'd rather give it to somebody else. So not only did Jimmy, Mr. Beast, give the money to the person that they wanted to give the money to, $10,000, he also gave the other people $10,000. So he gave away $20,000 for people that were like willing to give it to somebody else. It was just like a beautiful thing. And I think that was one of his most recent videos. And then, so what you see on the screen here is like, and I didn't know this. So over the last few years, I was almost going to wear my Mr. Beast sweatshirt, but I was like too hot. I have a lot of like Mr. Beast merch because I love it. I support him. In fact, he took his merch site down for a little bit, and what he was doing was what he had left over from his like older merch line is like he was donating it to Save the Ocean. And like he actually has a separate website, I think, where he's still trying to do that. So what you see here is like he started Beast Philanthropy. Okay, I did not know this. I always thought he was a very giving guy, but I did not realize that he actually started his own fundraising 501c3. Okay, so you see like who we are. So 2017, he got his first sponsorship deal of $10,000, and he thought, how can I transform this money into something good? Already, you just know that somebody who thinks like that has a huge heart. So he started giving his money away. And look at this. So the $10,000, and then over the next few months, Mr. Beast started giving money to Uber drivers, pizza delivery drivers, and Twitch streamers. And he enjoyed genuine reactions from his recipients. And he quickly realized how lives were being changed. And it became his mission to help as many people overcome barriers. And I fucking love this so much. Because people love him. So recently, I think he's like starting to get into like healthy stuff, which is funny. So two quick things, like, last year, he started opening up Mr. Beast burger joints. And if you haven't seen them, it's almost similar. If you've like, seen like Smash Burger, they're like, you know, it's very similar. I haven't had one yet, and I'm like dying to have it. So I got to tell you something. I got to tell you what I did. So like last year, there were a bunch of like Mr. Beast burgers that opened up in Pennsylvania. And I was bringing my daughter to her boyfriend's house, and I, you know, told my daughter's father, I go, dude, we need to find a Mr. Beast burger. I need to make it my mission to find a Mr. Beast burger. So we were driving around and around, and I was like, it says right here, like on the map, like Mr. Beast burger, but I didn't see like a sign that said Mr. Beast burger. And I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, are they not open? Like, are they closed because of the pandemic and everything else? Well, what I didn't actually realize, even though I circled, it was like Big Ben Parliament. It was like fucking European vacation. I was like just circling, going, where the hell is Mr. Beast burger? And then I saw a sign that had like all, like, it was like an Italian restaurant, but it had a sign that was like, it was like a couple other restaurants, and Mr. Beast burger was on the list. So what restaurants were doing in the pandemic? So a lot were closed down because people couldn't go indoors. They couldn't like enjoy their food. Like a lot of places went out of fucking business. And like, I gotta give props to Mr. Beast for this. Like, he was working with these restaurants to say, hey, like, I would like to, you know, launch Mr. Beast burger. And then they, you know, worked out whatever they did to make money. But like, I really feel like what he did there was he kept a lot of restaurants that would have probably shut down in business by doing that. I didn't realize restaurants were kind of subsidizing or, you know, whatever. They were like, you know, allowing other businesses to like use their services for like DoorDash and everything else. And they would like make the food and all of that stuff. Like, I just thought that was fucking, like, at first I was pissed because I was like, I could not find a Mr. Beast burger. And I felt really weird going into an Italian restaurant asking for a burger. Like, it felt weird to me. But like, it all makes sense. Like, he was doing that. And then most recently, as you know, or you may not know, but now you know, I'm from New Jersey. And I kept thinking, oh my God, I really want Mr. Beast to like open up something like near me. This past Sunday, he opened up an official Mr. Beast burger restaurant in American Dream Mall, which is in like East Rutherford, which is like 40 minutes away from me. And apparently like the lines were wild. Now, my daughter's boyfriend like really wanted to go, and it was a good thing we didn't actually go because like the lines, people were there like the night before waiting in line to go get stuff. What I'm really hoping is at this place, he actually sells his merch line, because I think that would be super amazing. So I'm excited because I really think that like what he's going to do with a lot of this money is he's going to just put it back into the system. He gives his money out to people. He gives people free things. Like, he's just a good guy. And so, you know, there's a lot of streamers and creators out there, like, you know, they're known for their popularity. You know, you have like the, you know, the ninjas and like, I don't know a whole lot of people, to be honest. Like, I can't be bothered with like a lot of people. Like, and I know that sounds like really shitty, but like, I really like to put my time and energy into things that like, you know, people that make me happy and everything. And I was just having this conversation with my friends, but like, I stand by Mr. Beast. I think that what he puts out there for people is just amazing. And that's just like one example of a creator who's doing amazing things. And he's like a really big name, but I have to tell you, like, look at what he does. He actually, so right here, he is, what Mr. Beast philanthropy does. He works with food banks in North Carolina. So there's a bunch of different like collection areas in North Carolina, which I believe that might be where he's from, I think. So that's like the main focus. So you can donate. I actually was looking to see if they accepted crypto donations, but like use it to food pantries. I don't know if you can like do crypto, but it wouldn't surprise me if he started to take crypto. But like, look at this shit. Like, here's a guy who, just by the power of gaming, made all of this shit happen and continues to give it back to people. And I just freaking love it. Humanitarian aid, refugee relief. Look, he has a link up top, how to help Ukraine. Like, I just think it's amazing. So, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, now you know. He's also, look, he's building wells in Africa. Look, this guy doesn't need, like, tons of attention from people like me. But I just want to share with you, in case you don't know who he is or what he's about, that, like, you know, he's different than, like, you know, the Paul brothers, who go off and do their thing. Like, this is the kind of like creator, a big name that like people absolutely adore, because he is like a very good human being. So, you know, if you didn't know all these different things that he was about, if you don't know, now you know. So yeah, huge fan. I love this guy. And so I'm trying to think, what else can I share with you about him? Like the Mr. Beast burgers. So here's something else I would like to share with you. While we're talking about creators, and not just individuals, but like there's corporations. So I want to tell you, first we're gonna do this. Localhost.gg. All right. So moving on. You're probably like, what in the shit am I looking at? Okay. Couple weeks ago, my daughter and I were just, you know, driving around. She was really on this. She's really big into Hello Kitty lately. And so we were driving around to all the different Five Belows in the area, because they have like little Squishmallows, little Hello Kitty Squishmallows. And the one by us had like 3 out of the 4. We actually watched a lady pick up the 4th one, and we were like, oh man. So we were like driving all over. So, you know, she was like, Mommy, can we go to like some other places? And I'm like, yeah, why don't we go to this one, you know, near where, you know, my office is. So we drove down, and it was in North Brunswick, New Jersey. And it was like this giant like strip mall. And I was like, ooh, this Five Below looks really nice. So as we were like getting out of the car and walking up, we saw this little place, Local Host. And it just like had like these dark doors. And like, if you looked in, it almost looked like, I don't want to say like a Dave and Buster's, because it wasn't like all bells and whistles, but it like looked very dark. And like, I just saw like a guy with like a collared shirt. So I was like, this is like really interesting. Like, what is Local Host? And they had like a little sign outside. And I was like, so when I see things like this and they pique my interest, I immediately have to like get online and like start doing my research on it. And so we walked into Five Below, and the coolest thing about it is, as we went into Five Below, there was like double doors that actually connected right into Local Host. And I was like, holy shit, like, what is this? So we look in, and there's like all these like little desk areas set up, and there's all these computers. And I was standing next to some women, and she's like, oh yeah, my son goes here every once in a while, and he meets his friends, and they play video games together. And I was like, what is this place? Like, do you rent it out for parties? Like, what is it? So, hold on to that thought also about Five Below, because I was like, that's cool, but also weird. Like, why, what's the connection here? So I want to tell you, so Local Host was started by, I think his name, Jay Fowles. I gotta look it up real quick. I'm so sorry. I had his name down, and I was like, this might be like the wrong name. Fowles. Am I like making it up? Okay. I'm a dork. Local Host. So so Local Host is just a small part of what this person does. All right, you know what? It was something like Fowls, or I suck. All right, I suck. I should have had the name. I don't have the name. Let me see. CEO. hold on a minute. Joe Fazio. John Fazio. Wow. Joe Fowles, John Fazio. Okay, John Fazio, I think his name is. So John Fazio started Local Host, and the headquarters actually are in Philadelphia. And so what he realized was that there were a lot of kids out there. In fact, there's this tweet I have to share with you. Here's what he said. So Local Host, by the way, it's a little area. See what you see here. They offer gaming camps for kids that want to learn esports. They also open it up to kids who just just want to hang out with their friends and have LAN parties, and maybe want to rent out some space for events and stuff, which I think was like so cool. And I was like, oh, this is the most brilliant thing like I've ever heard. And there's like not enough like nearby me. Like this is kind of like almost an hour away from me, but like I just thought it was brilliant. So there's a lot of them peppered throughout like Texas and Pennsylvania, and a few in New Jersey, and they're like all over the place. But this tweet was like mind-blowing to me, because I don't think people really realize. So I'm gonna like say, I want to kind of like draw some parallels to the NFT space, because I think a lot of people get very excited and they think NFTs are their future, which may or may not be. But I still feel like there's too much gatekeeping, and the accessibility is still not there for so many people. I mean, my daughter goes to school, and the school still need to supply Chromebooks for kids because not everybody has access. They don't have access to computers and phones, and like, I think we forget sometimes that we are a minority of people that have access to all of this. So while we're all excited and think we're going to change the world, like things cannot change until there's equal access for everybody. Equal access for everybody. And until that happens, things are going to stay. They're going to stay like uneven and unbalanced. And that's why it's so important that we have to like stop, and like, it's good to be excited about things, but like this is an opportunity to make big change. Like whatever this Web3 we're talking about and all this other stuff, like things like people like the CEO who created Local Host, these are the people who are going to fucking change lives. Because for the people that still don't have access, they are actually giving people access. They're making sure that people who have gone without access finally have it. And that is how we win. And I just want to share this quote with you. It's the same at my daughter's school here in Minnesota. Yeah. Wait till Starbucks has their NFT, will become normalized. Here's my big beef with the brands that are making NFTs. Now, I purposely have not done a lot of research on Starbucks, but I do have to say, Starbucks is very good with the equal opportunity. They do a lot for charities. They put kids through colleges and school. So they do a lot. They are huge supporters. They're great. And I say that as, a Dunkin' person. Like I love the way Starbucks, I don't work at Starbucks, so I don't know, maybe the people who work there feel different, but here's like my beef with the brands, right? These brands are trying to recreate a wheel by saying, hey guys, like Pepsi is a really great example. No hate towards like, the Vaynerchuk peeps, because I know that that's their client. Pepsi was like trying to make a mic drop NFT, and they're trying to go to the people who are already into NFTs. But the easiest way brands can like make it normalized is to say, we know our existing consumer base. We already know our demographics of our people. We know the types of things that they buy. We know what these people are doing in their lives. They know, so there's so much access to data. So they easily could have said, hey, we know that this person's going to go out and buy a case of Pepsi. Okay. If you're going to buy a case of Pepsi, we're going to give you this NFT. And now when you get this NFT, you're going to keep it on your wallet. And then you're going to get like a discount when you buy, you go to the grocery store and they have like the 3 for 10s. That could have been the easiest way to implement an NFT project. You know what I mean? Like they already have the consumer base, and then they could have that's low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit that they ignored. All of these brands are ignoring the low-hanging fruit. The big brands, hold up. The big brands will have the big impact on bringing people into NFTs. You're just afraid that if they do it wrong, they could turn a lot of people off. Yes, that's right. So again, I say that we're like the minority in all of this, right? If you already know that you have people who love your product because they're already into you, they love you. With kid gloves, you can slowly get people to adopt to them if you make it make sense, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make it make sense, you know? Peg, what did you say? It was supposed to be in September, but delayed. In your opinion, it's going to be like a PO app, okay, which will be proprietary to them. In their app games, you can earn badges. Yeah, like sometimes they have those summer games. Like if you can like collect stars and get free drinks, I'm all about it. I think especially with the younger crowd, it's going to be easy for them to adapt. But again, we're talking about people who have access to a phone that have access to an app. So until we get, you know, that's the problem, is like there's still going to be those people who have gone without for their entire lives that are still going to go without. And I'd rather see those stars be like, hey, if you collect X amount of stars, we're going to like maybe donate stars, or it's going to be like you earn a drink, we're going to give a drink to somebody else, or we're going to give to a food bank, something like that. They can make it so that there's more to it. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know like what it's all about. Brands need to catch up to modern life. Brands do, but see, here's the thing is like many people aren't willing to change their habits, their day-to-day habits. We're all creatures of habit. Like we get up, like for me, I get up, feed my animals, gotta get my Dunkin'. So like, if Dunkin' were to say, hey, we know that you're like a rewards person. We know that you're part of our Dunkin' rewards, and we're going to drop you an NFT. And now that NFT is going to give you access to this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, as you take action with us, you're going to accumulate X, Y, and Z kind of stuff. And I almost feel like it could be a take on, I almost said blockchain gaming, but it could be like some blockchain stuff like that. But like Pepsi could have easily gotten their people in. Like, I'm already buying the product, give me something. That's the thing, they need to provide value. You can't just like, people are not like swimming in money. So you can't just like expect people to like go out and buy some bullshit, drop the mic, stupid fucking NFT because it has fucking wig and like a bejeweled fucking microphone. Here's the thing. I don't know if Dunkin's going to do it. There's something about Dunkin', okay? I don't know if Dunkin's very like, and I hate to make this political, I don't know if Dunkin' is very like Republican-esque or if they're very like conservative. I don't think that they really go with the times. So I think really the big culture changers here are going to be the younger generation and like a few of us. But it's that younger generation that's going to drive the biggest change. So we have to show that it's going to bring them value other than, hey, if you buy this, you can turn around and flip it for money. Do you know what I mean? But I know like we went down this like little rabbit hole, but like going back to like, you know, accessibility, like this is something that like Localhost has done. And like, so the main company is called NerdStreet. And I was blown away because again, like I start to do all my research because first I wanted to like get annoyed with this person, right? I was like, ugh, this guy like started this, man. I want to do my own and all this stuff. Like, because here's where I go in my brain, right? I'm like, Localhost is something I would totally be into. As a matter of fact, there's this community hub in a local mall that goes like very unused. It used to be a Windows store, a Microsoft Windows store. And I used to like get all my Xbox shit from there. And then they closed it down and then they made it this community hub and they've done like nothing in it. And I'm like, wow, like what if I rent it? What if I could afford to like rent that space out and just get like a bunch of computers and stuff in there? Or what if like, I don't know how I would get the money to do this. What if we like, you know, had computers and like I got all these kids in here and like got them to game. And so like there's so many kids that like go from like the local high schools. A lot of times they'll go to the mall after school. Imagine they like did this. Like, you know, they did their homework, but they also like part of what they learned was like how to be a professional esports gamer. And I was like, this is something that I've been like wanting to do. When I saw this, I was like, holy shit, like obviously, like maybe I don't need to create the wheel. Maybe I can like get a job with a company like this, you know, and like help them. And then I'm like, oh, but I don't know. Do I really want to work for somebody else? Do I really want to like you know, this is my dream. Do I really want my dream to go to somebody else's like fucking bank at the end of the day? So I already am like, all right, let me research this person and see if he's even good enough for me to want to work for him. This is where my brain goes, everybody, so excuse me. And I was like, this guy's great. Like, he's such a nice man. Like, all the things that he does. Oh, and the tweet I wanted to tell you. So he doesn't tweet a lot. He does a lot of retweets. So it doesn't seem like he's very active on Twitter. And I retweeted this the other day. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Teaching is a skill. Yeah, like, I would love to teach. I feel like even if they just wanted to, like, hang out, I think it would be really great. Or even, like, a coding place. Like, come on. Like, that mall is losing so many stores. Can you imagine, like, using a community hub for something that was, like, that would keep, like, kids off the street, or, like, get them engaged in something that could, like, work for them? Like, we still teach these kids. I'm gonna just go here. We still teach these kids the most archaic bullshit, the most archaic history. We're not even teaching things that are, like, relevant. Like, everything changes and evolves around us, and, like, they refuse to, like, update the curriculums. It's disgusting. So, like, we're teaching kids shit from the Stone Age. Like, come on, they're fucking not dumb. They can go on Google and find out more information than we fucking can teach them in a damn these kids don't even use their textbooks. They're in Chromebooks and their faces and computers at school all day. But anyway, I could really go down a rabbit hole with that. So here, okay, so here's something that I really want to share with you. Okay. John Fazio. They should have something about online security. Yeah, you and I've talked about that, Mongo. I still think you and I should have, like, we should go on here and have a combo if you're interested. I'd love to have a talk about it. Because I know we've talked about it, you know, in the past with our kids and stuff. So, like, definitely, like, we should, like, chat about it. I think that'd be super fun. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can just pop into the Discord and we can just have the conversation. So John Fazio says, want to know how much bigger gaming can get? There are an estimated 2.8 billion gamers on the planet. Yet no console in history has sold more than 160 million units. No game has sold more than 260 million copies. And no free game has topped 350 million users. Those are staggering numbers. And you want to know why? It's an accessibility problem. It's an accessibility problem. There are kids that just still, they don't have the tech available to them. It's disgusting that in 2022, there are people in poverty and people that don't have access to this kind of stuff these days. Having a phone, this is like the basics. People need a phone every day. People need a fucking phone. Until that happens, NFTs are not going to change the world unless there's an NFT project that gives fucking tech to people. But there's an accessibility problem. And for some reason, everyone's like, well, it doesn't apply to me. I have my phone. I'm good. We're going to change the world. No, because there are people that are going without that can't even be part of these conversations yet. They're already out of the conversation because you don't even have a phone. This is a basic necessity. It really is. Just like internet should be free. All internet should be free. Yeah, Mongo, let's do that. Whenever you're like comfortable and whenever you have time and stuff, I'd love for us to have this convo. I think it's so important. But anyways, I just love what this guy is doing. So he created NerdStreet, and remember how I was like, why is Five Below and localhost, like, what's the deal? So Five Below, the CEO of Five Below, is actually a partner in NerdStreet. I believe it's NerdStreet or localhost, one of the two. So I was like, now it makes sense. It makes sense why they combined forces like that, which is brilliant because if you've ever stepped into a Five Below, like Peg, I know you said you did, it's great. Even though it's like they tried to be 5 plus 10 plus whatever below, because now they're trying to sell stuff that's like $5.55 and like $10.55 and like $15, and I'm like, no, ma'am. Yeah, I mean, and Peg, it just seems like, I agree. We will see free Wi-Fi in our lifetime, but not for a few years. I mean, again, it's gatekeeping at its fucking finest. You get a core group that monopolizes the shit, and there's so many of us. You know how much, like, think of how much you pay for like cable and internet. Like, it's over like 200 and something bucks a month. That's disgusting. And then if you want a cell phone, like I have mine and my daughter's plan, okay? And if I want to upgrade my phone, then I got to make payments, more payments every month. It's like over $200 a month. It's a sham. It's a sham. But what I really love what John Fazio has done is he has taken something that should be easily accessible, and he's making a change. And he's making it accessible. So not only does he open up these local hosts so that kids can get together and they have boot camps, they get trained by actual like champs in the esports space. Look at all this shit. They actually host tournaments. So look, they have like all these different tournaments for different games. And like, these kids get trained by professionals, and they can go on. Like, gaming never used to be like something that was like, whoo. It's taken me so long to get through this. Like, maybe I made my stuff too robust. So yeah, so that's NerdStreet. So nerdstreet.com, if that's something like you're interested in, like, amazing. There is a creator, as we move on, there's a creator. So a couple weeks ago, I was talking about TwitchCon. It's going to happen in the first part of October. I'm going to go into Twitter real quick. And their schedule is up. So actually, why don't we do that? I want to open, because part of what I wanted to do in this was go over the TwitchCon schedule. Actually, TwitchCon. Okay, so San Diego. Okay. So TwitchCon put out their schedule. It's happening in San Diego from October 7th to the 9th. Okay, hold up. Let me look at what you guys were saying real quick. I'm so sorry. You'll see what it's obscene. Yeah, the pricing is obscene. We were talking about the cost. The small town you live in, short of look down on online work, they still see it as just playing online. Yeah, like, well, that's the thing, is like there's a stigma associated with going online. Like, you're a degenerate. Like us gamers, we were the degenerates before NFT degenerates were a thing. Okay, before crypto degenerates were a thing. Degens. Although I think somebody said like degen stands for something else. Anyways, whatever. We're the OGs, the gamers. Like, people have been looking down on us like we're fucking losers. You know, like I say, drinking Mountain Dew and you know, eating Cheetos like in our parents' basements. Like, that's what they still think of gamers. But these, like, people are making, like, Mr. Beast is a really great example. Somebody who started with gaming. Like, unbelievable. It's ridiculous. It's just insane. You'll be back, phone. Okay. So TwitchCon has its schedule out, and I was like going through here to try to like figure out how to filter on, because I noticed that they had a charity. Let me see. It's not in the charity zone. It's called Give Please Theater. That's what it is. Okay, so this is like a lot of the charity and like wholesome, good-hearted stuff for their schedule, and this is online. So I looked, of course, at charity streaming. Because again, I like to do my research on people, because I'm like, you know, this is something that I'd totally be interested in, and I really wish that they made this virtual, because I think that, like, here's another thing, classic gatekeeping, like, Twitch should really like open it up to people who want like virtual tickets too. I keep smacking this microphone. I need like an arm. So I was looking through these people, and I love, so AskEsienne. She's somebody that I have reached out to, that I hope she'll come on the show. She does a lot of gaming. So look, they don't even give like the information. Anyways, I'm going to go to her Twitter profile, because there's something that she had done that I was just like, I thought was amazing. Can I spell? I don't know. AskEsienne, like, hello. Watch me not know how to fucking click on shit. Yeah. Okay, Libby K. So AskEsienne I did reach out to her, like I said, and I hope that she and like some of the other women from the panel can like join us to talk about charity gaming. So, you know, like I have a charity gaming team, G3, Greater Good Gaming, the G3 Force. We raise funds for Extra Life. Really is like the main focus for us right now, and it's been like the last 8 years that I've been part of it, and then our team has been in existence for, this will be year 4. And there's a lot of people who are still, I think, you know, in gaming. I think there's still like this uncomfortable, like I think people feel like if they go to raise funds for a charity, that they feel obligated to contribute monetarily. And that's, I think, the majority of us who actually do play games for charity, we're the people that really can't afford to like donate. So we donate our time, which is like just as important, because we bring awareness to a certain cause. And what I loved is when I was looking through the charity streamer panel people. And hey, Miss Turtle, what's up, girl? How are you, lovey? So I found her Twitter and I was like, I love her. I just absolutely love her. So look, chaotic philanthropic streamer, love that already. Senior community manager, player versus cancer. Look at that. Amazing. I actually just followed them. They followed me back, which is super cool. Co-founder and CMO of Radiance Media Co. I have to look more into that one. I think that they do a lot of creatives and stuff. A manager for Team Kitty TV. I don't really know who Kitty TV is. I haven't really done a lot of research, but I did, again, I reached out to Libby. Something that she did, check this out, you guys. This is like super important, okay? Like, honestly, had I not looked at that Twitch schedule, I would have never known who she was. And I feel like sometimes like we can get lost in silos, like we're all doing our thing. And I really don't know. I think that Twitch can do a better job bringing community together, making it easier for us to kind of, you know, get together and try to learn from each other. And like, it shouldn't be like with $200 tickets to go to TwitchCon. There has to be other ways. And maybe I don't realize it because I still am kind of gaining my footing through the space. But like, look at this shit that she did right here. Thanks in part to the Twitch Past Forward grant, my charity streaming 101 guide is now available. I think it's coffee, I'm not sure, completely free. So she took all of her knowledge that she's applied in charity streaming and she created a document for it. Now, the document isn't like right here. You have to just sign up for it. You purchase it, but it costs nothing. You just have to go through the same steps. I actually, let me do something really quick. I'm going to try to actually load Discord real quick and see if I can share, because I actually shared the link with the people in Discord because I feel like it would be really helpful information for everybody that's trying, especially because we're all doing our Extra Life stuff. And other people want to contribute more than just Extra Life. I mean, there's so many charities out there that work with gamers. It's just like outrageously amazing. So I'm gonna try to load up Discord real quick and see if I can bring up the doc. But this is somebody who has taken her knowledge. And these are like just little ways that we don't realize, I think, a lot as people in the act of gaming or sharing our knowledge with people. I'm guilty of this too, is that we can actually pass that on to other people. We can pass that on to other people and like share the information. So that's a big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight is, you know, I may not know a whole lot about everything, but like when I do find some little nuggets of good stuff, I have to share it. Because I know, like me, like when I first started, I was like, man, like I wish I knew how to stream and everything like that. And I kind of had to like learn myself and like ask some of my friends who had knowledge. There wasn't like a playbook that said, here's how you stream. And I'm sure there's like creators out there, a bunch of different creators who have this information available. But still, I was like, holy shit. Excuse me again. I have this cough, so I apologize. All right, hold on. So I have this. Here we go. Here we go, y'alls. Can you see this? So, okay, so this is This is the book. I actually downloaded the PDF, so this is... I already downloaded it, so I guess... What I did was I shared a link to download it, but I actually saved it on my phone. Anyways, so if you want to know about... charity streaming, it can be incredibly rewarding, which I agree. Like, the reason I do charity streaming is just because it makes me feel good to know that, like, not only am I, like, enjoying myself playing a game, but the things that I'm doing actually go to help other people or animals or whatever it is. There's it's purpose. There's purpose in my gaming other than, and I'm not saying like it's bad if you play video games just because you want to freaking play video games. Like a lot of us do it just for a release, but like when you can be more deliberate about how you use your gaming, it is extremely fulfilling. And I love it more than so many things. So she put this together and it is extremely robust, very thorough. She has all these different tips and tricks and it's free. So I'm actually going to, in chat right now, I'm going to share the link because I want everybody to have access to this. She took a lot of time and energy and put this together because she wants other people to understand how amazing it is to do this. So hold, please. My mouse is like... So here is the link, y'all. I also have it in my Discord. Do I have a Discord command? Of course I don't have a Discord. Why would I have a Discord command? Because that would make too much sense. G3? Do I know my own commands, y'all? Whatever. Anyways, here's my link. I highly recommend that you download it if you're interested in charity gaming and streaming. And also, while you're at it, feel free to join our Extra Life G3 Force. There's the 24-hour game-a-thon that is happening on Saturday, November 5th. And that happens to also be, if you're not in Arizona, it's also daylight savings. So we end up getting 25 hours of gaming in. And if you're like, oh my God, Sarah, I cannot dedicate myself to 25 hours of gaming in one day, that's fine. Sign up. It's free to sign up. You pick a local hospital near you. And all you do is like log in at some point between now and the end of December and just tell people about what you're doing. They don't put a minimum amount that you need to raise. Even if you're just like, I want to learn this, but maybe I feel uncomfortable trying to like raise money. That's okay too. Like just sign up on the team, sign up for the team, show up and just game. And like, you don't need to make it uncomfortable. In fact, there's also like add-ons. There is a donor drive add-on in the Twitch add-ons. And it's just a little button. You could just, tell people, hey, like I'm raising money for Extra Life and I'm raising money for XYZ Hospital and every little bit counts. It can be, they can donate $1. It's something, and we have until the end of the year. So it's really great. Again, like Libby, AskEsienne, like amazing that she put this together. I really, really hope that she is able to make some time to come on and tell us more about it because I just think that this is the stuff of good humaning. So I absolutely love it. So there we go. Those are like the good humans and culture changers in the creator and streaming space. And I'm going to try to get more information. So if you know of anybody that you think that I should highlight or spotlight for part of this for the next Culture of Gaming, I'm happy to do it. I want to just give people as much attention and I almost said clout. That's not the word. I just want to give people the attention they deserve to have because I know, a lot of us, not so big streamers, maybe we don't have huge name tags yet, but I want to give everybody the opportunity to be seen and heard and, people should be recognized. So please follow her. I'm going to link her Twitter. Honestly, like follow her. And look at the different people that she works with and also follows. I mean, you're going to be astounded. You're going to probably go down a rabbit hole like I did. So there's her link right there. I just linked it in chat. So I want to be respectful of everybody's time. I think I'm going to like, I don't want to like rush through everything. I think we've gone through a lot. Again, National Video Games Day is this Monday. I'm going to host an open lobby for anybody that wants to play, you know, either Overwatch or Apex Legends or World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft might be a hard one, but like if you have Overwatch or Apex, like let's play. I don't actually know what time I'm gonna go on. It might be like after 5, like after I'm done with work. But that's something really cool. Earlier we talked about it's Self-Care September. In addition, it is Suicide Awareness Month. And I actually wanted to I wanted to share with you a couple suicide awareness charities. I just had to sing that. Also, by the way, it's September for Twitch, and if you were to subscribe to mine or any other people's channels, it is a 20% discount. That's such a disgusting shill, but I did it, okay? I did it. Blah. All right, so there's 2 huge charities that I'd like to talk about for National Suicide Awareness. First is To Rate Love on Her Arms. I recommend when you go, like I almost wanted to say their mantra. You are not a burden is their theme. It's the theme of this year's To Rate Love on Her Arms. Their merch goes to help people. So a little bit about like the story behind this, like actually made me cry. I think I remember. So the gentleman that actually created this started this because of one of his friends. People share their stories. Let me just look real quick. There's a blog. Hold on. About started with a story. Okay, so I'm not gonna like read this out for everybody, but like Jamie Twerkowski created this nonprofit to honor one of his friends that he lost to unaliving themselves. And it's sad, it's heart-wrenching, but look at the good that's come out of this. They have merch. So hold on. First, let's go over events because I think that's really important. So all over the US, there's different events that are being hosted. So if you go to TWLOH.com, TWLOH, you know, can I just like learn to freaking like copy and paste Sarah Jones? Yeah, I can do that. Here's the link for anybody that wants to go on it and look for themselves as well. So Mongo, very glad that mental health has become a lot less of a stigma and that there is more awareness around it. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it's becoming normalized because you know what? It is normal for people. It is normal for people to go through a lot of shit in their lives, and maybe not everybody has the money or time to go to a therapist. You know, and there's people walking around who don't get the right medication and the right help that they need, and they're scared to talk about it because people are going to look at them like it's taboo. And that is like terrible. And this is what leads to people unaliving themselves all the time. They just don't have access to the things that they need. And the resources, it's a resource issue. And so for every nonprofit like To Rate Love on Her Arms, I just can't talk about it enough. But look at all the different awesome events that are happening. Like there's just so much going on. It's like so hard to keep track, but like look at it. Look at this beautiful, like all these concerts and stuff. Like it's amazing. This is September and October. So this is like, I love this. They also have a really great merch. And because their theme is "You Are Not a Burden," I was scrolling through TikTok like I so often do these days, and there was a video that came up of a mother and her daughter. And for anybody that has like a teenager, you probably know that sometimes you're on the receiving end of a lot of like misdirected like anger. You know, kids still are struggling with their emotions, and they don't, and they're really not at that age a lot of times where they can kind of articulate how they're feeling. And that's why, again, like things like this, like organizations like this are so important. But like this girl was politely talking to her mom, trying to apologize for the way she treated her mother, and then before you knew it, she like broke down in tears, and she was just like, Mom, I don't know how to, you know, always communicate or say how I'm feeling. And like she was just like being so raw, and like I was bawling watching this. But I think a lot of times people are afraid to speak up. Kids are afraid to speak up because they feel like they don't want to bother anybody with their problems. They feel like it's you know, it's obstructive to other people, or you know, intrusive, and they don't want to like it's it's scary. What? Did you say F my Discord link? What happened? What'd I do? Hold on a minute. Here's our story. Let me get you the link. La 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 lee. La 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 loo. Wait, you're in my Discord. Here's my Discord link. Oh, sharing it. I'm at work. I need to create a command. Like, I literally need to make a listing of commands so that I can read my own damn page and like understand what the hell I'm doing in life. Anywho, so what I was saying is people feel like they're a burden for, you know, like venting or talking to people about their problems. And anybody that's watching this right now, if you were ever feeling like a certain way, please allow me to be a resource for you. I probably cannot solve the world's problems. I know I can't solve the world's problems, but I'm a good listener. So even if it's just a matter of you just need to like spill your shit out to somebody, I'm here to listen. My dog is too, even though she's showing us her butt in the camera, which you may be able to see. But yeah, so this is their merch line for this year's theme. You are not a burden. Look at that. Look at this window cling. Doesn't it look like, I don't know, a POAP? I'm like waiting for everybody to start getting on the POAP train. So they have all of these different things, but you know, look at this. Hope is real. To Write Live on Her Arms is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. To Write Live on Her Arms exists to encourage, inform, inspire, and invest directly into treatment and recovery. Which is a great dovetail into this. It is also National Recovery Month. National Recovery Month. And it's a lot of deep shit going on this month. National Recovery Month. There's a really great charity that I want to tell you about, actually, called Shatterproof. I don't tell the world about a lot of things that have gone on in my life because whatever, I just haven't. I come from a family that has had a bit of a dysfunctional past. I mean, my parents grew up in the 70s. My brothers and I were around stuff that we probably shouldn't have been around as kids. One of the most, one thing that stuck with me through my whole life is when I was a kid, I had to like take something that I found and I threw it away. I don't know how much money it cost my parents. Nobody lost any limbs, so there's that. Well, like that's the kind of stuff that we were around in like the 70s and even in the 80s. It was like really hard. My mother was an alcoholic, and she died because she had, you know, suffered from depression. She would take like St. John's wort thinking that would help her, but she never really had the right access to medication or anything. And I think that she was scared and she didn't have anybody to talk to. And I think, you know, when I was like her only like friend in the house. And a lot of times I look back and I regret stuff. Like I moved out when I was like 27 or so. And I think when I moved out is like things got worse for her because she didn't have anybody to talk to. And that like weighs on my mind a lot. You know, and then my youngest brother, who I lost, it'll be 3 years next month. And, you know, he struggled. He really, really struggled. And, you know, he passed away from paracetamol poisoning. And it was an accidental overdose, believe it or not. But his, you know, because of so many years struggling with it, you know, he couldn't even get it like a transfusion. It couldn't have helped him because, you know, his liver was already so damaged. And so I heard of Shatterproof. And this gentleman, let me tell you who he is instead of just saying this gentleman. Gary Mendel, CEO, lost his son to opioid addiction. And so, you know, he tells a story about his son. You know, well, it's crazy. Like all these things spawn out of like traumatic experiences, and they can come out to like super positive things. I really feel like that's the theme of this, you know, between To Write Love on Her Arms, Shatterproof. I mean, these people turned absolute heartbreak into something positive that can hopefully help other people so that they don't have to go through what they went through. So his son Brian battled through addiction, and it took him. And, you know, the biggest thing I love about Shatterproof is that they try so hard to make sure that they change the minds, change the not the stigma. They're trying to change how people think about addicts. Not that they're just some scum on the street that deserve to die because they chose drugs. Like, it's a fucking disease. It's a disease, and it should be treated as a disease. And people who have these addictions, they need help. They need access to help, and not people that are just going to wave them off because they think that there's some junkie or there's some scum human that doesn't deserve help. And so that's what I really love about Shatterproof is like Gary Mendel is trying very hard. I get a lot of emails for advocacy and to show up to meetings and stuff, which I like don't do. Like, my intent is there. I just can't. I haven't dedicated the time to it. But like what they're doing is going to change the way people look at addiction. So this is another really great nonprofit that you know, if you're curious, again, it's National Recovery Month. Whew, it's a lot. Like, it's a heavy month. There's another nonprofit, and I think, you know, we're going to talk about it more. I actually asked a gentleman, again, like Twitter, like I find the best rabbit holes in Twitter sometimes. Somebody shared a Twitter post. Speaking of mental health, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Ninja. So Ninja is a huge gamer, big Fortnite gamer. He was actually very big on Mixer. So Mixer was the streaming platform for Microsoft, and then they just didn't have, you know, enough people to manage it, so they ended up shutting it down. So a lot of people ended up having to migrate to Twitch or to YouTube or to Facebook Gaming, which I don't think a whole lot of people do Facebook Gaming still. So so Ninja was huge. Like, he signed a huge contract, made a shit ton of money, was streaming full time on Twitch, you know, all Fortnite, and I don't know what other games he plays. I don't really watch him. But, you know, he had like a line of toys and everything. Like, if you looked at Target, you went to Walmart, you'd see like Ninja toys and all of this stuff. But people looked up to him. So about a week ago, he abruptly signed off playing. I don't know if anyone saw my Twitter poll, but he abruptly signed off in the middle of Fortnite because I think he was just, you know, kind of rage quitting. He was like getting pissed off at some of like people using exploits to like, you know, shoot him through a bush, and he was like pissed, I guess. He kept like, you know, checking his phone, so it almost seemed like something was bugging him. If you watch the video of his last stream, and he said, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna be back. Like, I'm done, and he logged off. He deactivated his Twitter. He deactivated all of his social media. So people were like, holy shit, like, what the hell's going on? Like, he's under some like what the fuck, right? Like, his mental health was not in a good place. Fast forward a week later, he's back, and now he's streaming everywhere. He's got like an updated logo and banner in the background saying I'm streaming everywhere. So now instead of just Twitch, because Twitch changed their rules where you can like still stream in other places, which is like super new. So he's streaming like on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, and all the chats are like merged. So he can stream them all in one, which is crazy. So while some people are like, oh yeah, poor Ninja, you know, that's like a lot of stress. And I get it. Like it has to be really hard to be a creator in the gaming space and like take something that you really love and it turns into a business. And it's like, at what point is it like you play it because you really enjoy it, or you play it because you feel like you have no choice but to play it? So I get that. But there's a lot of people who really feel like he used this mental health, you know, problem as a marketing ploy. So there was a gentleman, his name is Jester 1147. Somebody shared his TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. Look at me just trying to find everything today. Jester 11, where are you? I don't actually. He doesn't have a. Oh shit! He doesn't have a Twitter. He has a TikTok. I wish I could actually find. I didn't like save it or anything, but he went on to say that like it's not okay to like make a statement or turn mental illness into like a marketing ploy to get attention from people. So there's a lot of people who have struggled through mental health that are just kind of like, this is bullshit. This gentleman, Jester, I'm going to get his name correct. So I'm going to look it up. I just like bit my lip 12 times. Like, I don't know, like, did my teeth get like bigger? Like, did my lips, like, what the fuck's going on in my life? I don't even know.
A large ice latte. It doesn't matter like
Excuse that. That's annoying. That's just my dumb voice. Let's see. Jester 1147. I'm gonna play his TikTok. Okay, so here we go. Let me just pause this music really quick, and I'm gonna play the TikTok. I can't show it on here, but I'm gonna play at least the audio for you real quick. So here we go.
This one's gonna take a minute. Moments ago, I posted a video about the I'm done. Being a cry for help, reaching out, something. As I said at the end of the video, I don't talk about this nature of topic in this channel. I really don't. Those that know me as a creator know I am very much for mental health support. Moments after I posted that video, happened to look up at Twitter, and I see something that really is bothering me. A top tier streamer on Twitch had a break the other day and said, I'm done, I need a break, mental health, etc., etc., etc. Now, speculation that it might be a hoax, might be a PR stunt. We all know the top tier of the top tier on Twitch use various stunts, use various instances. They fame them to get attention, to get talked about, to get relevant. Faking mental health. Now, faking mental health not only is a slap in the face to every single creator who supports mental health advocacy, every single creator who fights mental health issues. Dare I say it's almost in line with hate speech. If you're going to go so far as to make these horrible gestures, you're poking fun at those with mental health conditions. You might as well be poking fun at the disabled, because there are so many people that fight at depression, anxiety, anger, all of these other various aspects of disabilities that you can't see. Myself, I have some of these issues, and as a partner Twitch streamer, as somebody on the same platform, to see this and to hear that he is held in such high regard that he would go to this level to spit in the face of every single broadcaster, every single viewer, every single person who struggles with mental health, it's sick. It's absolutely sickening. And to me, it's my decision, that constitutes a form of hate speech. that constitutes a form of harassment. But that's just me. I really hope this is some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of misinterpretation. I don't wish people to have breaks. I don't wish people to have these episodes. If it is, I hope he gets the necessary help. If not,
So this gentleman is a disabled vet. He does work with this, what I took off the stream. He does work with Stack Up. He does a lot of mental health advocacy. You know, I feel bad because there's a lot of people that I'm sure took that as like a real slap in the face. Like it's just not cool. So that was like a really big thing. Like that is something that I saw shared on Twitter. And, you know, while he didn't say the individual's name, you know, a lot of people were speculating that it was Ninja. And that, you know, there's a lot of, you know, top tier people that like use ridiculous stunts to gain more, you know, excitement to what they're doing. I don't know. Either way, like I've not watched Ninja. I'm not like a huge, you know, fan because I don't really know about him, but I did reach out to this gentleman, Jester. Again, it's and he's on Twitch too. Hold on.
This one's gonna take a minute.
Jester1147. Gosh darn it. Can I like stop? Good Lord have mercy. Jester 1147. So that is his Twitch if you want to go and give him a follow. I have reached out to him to see if he would like to be on the show as well. Because I think that first off, I would love to learn more about Stack Up. Now I've been following them. They do a lot for the military. There's a lot of gamers that do a lot of stuff for them, a lot of charity work for them. They send them consoles. They send them all kinds of care packages. Look at this, supply crates. How to help, supporting them, mental health, streaming, all of these different things. There's like, I was floored. I didn't realize that there was something like this for the military, which is, you know, during my World of Warcraft days, this is something kind of cool. Like there were a lot of people that were in some kind of service, you know, Army, Air Force, you know, Marines, and they would play when they weren't deployed or during holidays if they were able to go home, and then they would say, all right, and you'd never see them for like months, and you'd be like, well, where did they go? Or they got deployed. So we actually in our guild created a rank called deployed, because we had so many people in and out of the guild all the time that we were always full, so we had to purge constantly. So if people were offline over like 30 days or more, we would just boot their character to make room for new people. So by creating this deployed rank, we made sure that there were people who we knew were in the service, were in some kind of service. We would give them the rank so that they would be sure to always have a home in our guild anytime. And I absolutely loved that. Now, the previous guild I was in, they were just like, too bad, like kick them out. And a lot of us were like, why? Like, they belong here. Like, they've contributed so much. Why would we just like kick them out because of something that they can't really help? So yeah, so the newer guild that we had all created, a few of us created together, we made sure that, you know, if there were people that we really were very close to, we saved a spot for them. And, you know, the military was up there as well. So that's really cool. So I'm hoping that he can join us sometime. So him and AskEsienne, I think would be so amazing. And if you're watching this and you're seeing this on the replay, like I'm sure you have a story to tell. You want to share about gaming, your content creation. Do you have something to educate people on? We want to have you here. I want to have you here. I want to have a conversation. We want to teach the community. We want to share our tips and tricks and our aha moments so that other people can learn and grow from them and, you know, miss out on the pitfalls that we had to go through. And on that note, I do want to let you all know as I'm still kind of a green streamer. And by that, I mean, I'm still kind of new to it. But but I get asked frequently in the NFT community for people who have like, you know, teenage kids that are really starting to get into gaming, because now it's starting to become acceptable to be a gamer and to make money at it. So I've had people reach out to me to say, hey, can you, you know, give me some tips on how to get started? And like, I'm good with that, because I remember how it felt to be lost at sea, not really realizing what you could do, or, you know, what you needed in order to be successful. Even like the smallest bit, like I don't consider myself, I don't have all these bells and whistles or anything like that. But, you know, I have some, like, there are some basic things, basic items that I started with, and I just kind of like winged it. And here I am. I'm still kind of winging it. I mean, there's still some tweaks to things I need to. I just recently learned how to make my own overlay and my own emotes, so that was like a huge win for me. And I learned how to like, you know, bring in music and create my own music for my alerts and stuff. So like, I'm slowly learning, and I have to tell you, one huge tool that I will leave you with is at canva.com. If you are somebody who even post just regular social media posts and you really don't know how to kind of do it, let me tell you, Canva is a blessing. Canva is huge, and it's free. Like, you can actually pay for it monthly if you want some of like the more premium things, but like, you can resize any piece of content you want, and they have so many templates. So you're not going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's not like you're sitting looking at this big blank piece of whatever in your face. They have amazing templates. You can mix and match things. Like, you can upload pictures, you can do voiceovers and videos. Like, it's a huge tool. Like, I just discovered it over the last year, and I used to use Adobe Spark, and let me tell you, Canva blows it out of the water. Additionally, Canva has the most, again, not sponsored, I just absolutely love using it. They have the most amazing training tools on YouTube. Like, YouTube, how do I do blah, blah, blah. Somebody has a Canva video. Like, Canva has a video on how to do this. You can actually upload and create merch and stickers and business cards and like all this other cool shit too, which I used Teespring for the longest time. Now, I do have to say that I did get a t-shirt from Canva, and I was like, the quality wasn't like as good, honestly, as Teespring, but I would definitely use them for like stickers and other things too. Like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna give up on them. You know, maybe I'll try to get like a sweatshirt or something, but it's such a great tool if you're a creator. If you're seeing this, canva.com, canva.com. Fantastic. And they actually just created a tool where you can actually share folders similar to like a Google Drive. You can have like a business account where you have like a shared account with multiple people if you all create content together. Like, how great is that? Like, how freaking great is that? Like, it's amazing. So yeah, I leave you with that. But my point was, I started making a list for one of my friends on the different things that I needed to like get started. And it started to become like a huge list. And I was like, holy crap, like, there's actually a lot of stuff that I did. I didn't realize like how much I actually do, even just to do a little stream like this right now. So I'm going to be putting out like a little, I don't know, maybe I'll make it on Canva, a little PowerPointy kind of thing, maybe create it into a PDF of Streaming 101, just like some basic stuff. And it's going to be continually evolving. So I'm going to have like a first draft. I'm working on it. I have some like notes, but I'd like to make it a little bit better, and I'd like to share it with everybody. So if you are somebody who's kind of like scratching their head, like, I never thought about streaming, but maybe it could be interesting, I'm going to put some stuff together. I'm actually going to collaborate too and get some input from some of my friends. I have a lot of amazing friends in the community, like Gator, for anybody who missed like last month, Zach, he's amazing. Instigator TV, he is a wealth of resource. Like, he is like a wealth of resource, a wealth of knowledge. He's amazing. So I'm hoping that maybe he can actually collaborate with me on this, and maybe between our two brains and anybody else that has information they'd like to share, like, I think it would be super amazing to have like a collaborative document that we can share with people, that to say, hey, like, here's how you get started 101. And like, I'll tell you another thing too. If you're somebody who's looking to stream, I highly recommend following Instigator TV on TikTok. He posts a lot of really great how-tos and just little nuggets of wisdom. And he's a great, great human being. So I highly recommend it. As a matter of fact, I believe he's going to be sitting down with, I want to call him Run because that's his name in Discord. He's going to be sitting down with one of my friends, and they're going to be going over how to like get streaming on. So I'm excited about it. I love being able to connect people with other good people. And then between all of us putting our heads together, we can and will make the world a better place. Even if we just start little by streaming. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I appreciate everybody's time as always. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for taking time out of your night, taking time away from the things that are important to you to spend time with me. Again, I will be creating some POAPs. I will be sending them out to everybody via Twitch message. So make sure you check your Twitch by Monday. I'm going to be putting everything together and I'll be sending out links for you to collect your POAPs. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just kind of like winging this right now. There was a bunch of like, I don't know how many people are into Overwatch, but I have a lot of plushies and I have like a lot of cool little things. I think I might do like a little spinning of the wheel and give some stuff away. So if you're interested, please join me on Monday for National Video Games Day. I'm going to have an open lobby. We're going to play some Overwatch. We're going to play some Apex Legends if we're up for it. If there's people who have World of Warcraft, we'll do that too. And then I'll take some, you know, little intermissions and spin a wheel. So yes, I think that's a good idea. I think I just like came up with a super good idea. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you for your continuous support. You know, thank you for being here on the Culture of Gaming. You know, I initially wanted to have guests on all the time and like it's just not something that's doable, but I can still share tidbits of information. So that is what I'm going to continue to do. They will continue to be on Fridays unless I get like an idea, or if I'm not feeling well, I'll probably do it the day later, but I will keep you all informed. Make sure you're also following the Culture of Gaming on Instagram if you're not already. I mean, I will also post on my personal Instagram at TheLuvjonze. I also post on my Twitter, TheLuvjonze. I don't have a Culture of Gaming Twitter yet. I'm debating. I don't know. Should I create one? Let me know what you think. But thank you, Mongo. Love you. Peg, thank you for being here. Ms. Turtle, thank you for being here. Everybody that stopped by, I really appreciate you. That was a huge loud kiss of the hand. I love you all very, very much. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Monday. Love you lots. Peace. Be a good human. Hold the door for somebody tomorrow. Okay, bye.